Good day. It's October 24th, 2024. I'm being guided to record this video to mention that my intentions are to cease from drinking coffee and smoking tobacco. I haven't been able to cease completely yet, but my mindset has been focused on healing the part of myself that feels the need to consume tobacco and coffee. And I've been getting honest with myself about this. It's a problem, you know. I'm still smoking. I've been on and off of it. I'm not proud of it. Okay. I'm actually at the point where I'm not happy about it anymore. And I notice the physical differences in my body when I consume these things and when I don't consume them. At least for days at a time, going without it, and then consuming tobacco and coffee again, I can feel the changes in my body and my brain. And there's a spiritual kind of thing that goes on too, which I'm getting more sensitive to. I've known for some time that there's going to come a point where I have to stop smoking and stop consuming coffee. And I would have done it sooner if I could have. And the reality is that I've been dealing with trauma and getting down to the causes of why I need to use these things to cope with trauma, basically. And some of it is learned behavior from being a member of Alcoholics Anonymous for so many years, being raised by family members that were AA members before I was born that adopted me, and I was sexually abused by AA members multiple times, both physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's disgusting what they did to me, man. And so part of me healing from all that is stopping smoking and stopping drinking coffee, because that's what those sick freaks do. They smoke tobacco and they drink coffee and they eat junk food. And then they pretend like they're spiritual. For me personally, that won't work for me. It might have for a little while. It got me as far as it got me, but the times here where God's calling me to change again. And this is the thing is, like we talk, the tarot reading community about breaking generational curses. This is one of them. Tobacco, coffee, and sugar. These are things that were from older generations that were normalized through their foolishness and lack of understanding, ignorance. It depends on who it is and whatnot, but we have the information now to be able to overcome a lot more than was possible before. And so part of my task is actually accomplishing that and setting the standard where it needs to be and not where sick people want it to remain. That's basically all I wanted to say, is that I'm going to be documenting my experience of ceasing this here and there and sharing my experience of how I'm learning what I need to know to be able to stay clean from coffee and tobacco. And I consider it clean because these things, while they might not be as harmful as some other things, it's still not the best thing for the body. And I want to have a clean life. And if I need to stop smoking and stop drinking coffee, then that's what I want to do. It's not the only thing that needs to change, but it's one of those things that when I started smoking again, when I started drinking coffee more again, I knew that a day would come where I'd have to stop again. And it's a spiritual devotion that I'm seeking to practice so that there's some sort of higher purpose for all of it that keeps me focused on what's most important. Just what God wants from me. God wants me to love myself, take care of myself, and try to help people learn how to live better. This is part of it. I have to practice what I preach, you know. I can't just expect that, you know. There's truth to what I'm saying, but I want and need to demonstrate certain things in order to be able to teach. In ways that I'm called to teach. It's one of the many things I'm called to do. There's underlying deep spiritual purposes for what I'm doing that I'm not going into detail about. But it does have to do with basically I'll use the term quantum healing, repairing the fabric of reality. I'll just say that. My intentions are already set. Everything's already set in motion. All I have to do is do the work, and the results will come. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'll be speaking more about these things in different ways at times, and I'll probably classify the recordings I make about this as a separate piece of documentation related to my life. That's not so much just me rambling or whatever. All right. Thank you.